Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDockBuilder.com with match number 2 versus for the collected goblins. This is going to be versus Skred Red, so it's going to be another very tough matchup. One that Skred has a definite advantage against. And I think this is keepable. We do need to draw into some lands here, but if anything that makes this a little bit better against Skred Red is Collected Company being able to refill your battlefield and swing in there for lethal. So I think we'll just Wooded Foothills, and then we'll pass the turn. Now, he's playing like main-boarded Blood Moons, which is actually can keep me off a green. So I think what we're going to do, we're actually are going to go get a red land, though. A Stomping Grounds, because that won't affect us too bad. There's a Relic. Relic does absolutely nothing versus us. Just cycles a card. And there's another War Driver, so he is playing a ton of removal in Skred Red. So I wonder if he lets me just like build up first, or if he is going to. The thing is, if he lets me have too many Goblin Kings, then I am going to be able to punish him for that. So I'm hoping I draw into a land and then Goblin Rabble Master, and that's going to force out a sweeper. And he can Skred the Goblin War Driver. Yeah, I think it's still a Goblin. The Mog War Marshal actually is probably a little more powerful. But this is not looking good for us. We needed to hit that land drop. We are playing very low lands, though. It's a 20 land count. And there's Lightning Bolt number 1. Geez, do I want to go another? No, it's just Mog War Marshal here. Not going to pay the Echo. Looks like he missed a land drop as well, so we're pretty even. Bushwhacker seems pretty decent here. Just to get in for the damage, but it's just going to be the War Driver. And then force him to... Yeah. Force him to bolt off another War Driver. But him missing land drops is worse than me missing land drops. If he doesn't interact with this Goblin War Driver, he's going to be taking a lot of damage next turn. And there's a Roast. So, Guinea misses land drop. We miss ours too. I think that we just do kick this. We need to be spending mana, and that's the only thing we are using our turn. And we get in there for 6. He's down to a 13. So let's see who can draw our third land first. I have to... Volcanic Fall is so difficult for me to deal with. And he misses a land drop too. Blood Moon actually is pretty decent versus me, but we're both stuck on lands. The bad news for him though is I'm doing something in my turns and he hasn't been able to. So he's down to a 10. And I wonder if he wants to throw out a Blood Moon for the Collected Company. So now I got to think he's got a Fallout here. So I really have to be worried about what I do. So I'm not going to run out like a king or something. Plus I can't anyway. Wormcoil Engine and Batterskull are going to be rough to deal with. And there's the Fallout. And he's got to use it just on a very few cards. I wish I had something to put out this turn. But unfortunately, we missed that land drop. Maybe I probably do need to go up and count. There's the Blood Moon, so it's going to be tough for me to cast. Hey, no it's not. We hit a forest. And I think the right play here is just a Rabble Master. Because it puts out a token. And slowly but surely, we're picking away at him. So, we're still along. He missed his land drop again, so he needs like one more mana for Koth. Koth at this point wouldn't be the most powerful because I think I could just attack through it. It's being Mind Stone, yeah. And he could have another Volcanic Fallout, but he is in desperation mode for sure. Do I still have to worry about that Goblin Fallout? There we go. That's just better because it allows me to react to him. Do I even care about playing around? Yeah, like this is the thing. This is one of the things in Modern. Do I go for the Hail Mary? Oh, he just scoops. Okay. I guess he just had a bad hand. Can't deal with it, and that's 4 or 5. That's only 6 damage, but yeah. See what we would have hit with Collect the Company. Piledriver. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have probably taken a Mog War Marshal and a Piledriver. We'll go to the sideboard. I do think that Destructive Reveille needs to come in because he's going to bring in he's going to bring in the... Whenever a person casts a red spell. Goblin Grenade is interesting in this one because it... it can get me out of some tricky situations. I don't know if a Target's Command can get me through Worm Coil or not. I think I'm going to put in one Target's Command. And I don't want too many sources that to deal with here because I know he's going to keep in his Blood Moons because that's what Morton does is he keeps in his Blood Moons versus any deck that runs multicolors just because it can shut down a certain amount of cards and there really isn't anything better to put in versus me. But I don't know if I quite agree with that. I think for that reason I'll go down and collect the companies and maybe just take them all out for Destructive Reveilles or maybe just for Goblin Guides. Or we just run this. So, I mean, it's the early stuff that is pretty weak. Like, Goblin Guides actually might be pretty weak against Skred and stuff. I'm going to take out the Goblin Guides. I don't want to be giving many lands any advantage that way. And I think we are going to go more of a Goblin Grenade. No, he can Lightning Bolt in response to Grenade. We'll keep in a few, and maybe just Lightning Bolts. Now, I'll leave in the Collect the Companies. We'll submit this. Alrighty, so this is fine. This is actually pretty good hand, other than we don't have... If this was a Wooded Foothills, it'd be a lot better. Because then we could go grab the one of. We'll just start off here with the Stomping Grounds. And Foundry Street Denizen. And at the Blood Moon range, we're going to have to keep Destructive Reveille up. So we're fine right now. We can just go ahead and put out a War Driver. And Goblin Grenade again. Sorcery Speed's kind of weird. I'm sure he'll Lightning Strike it off. Or Lightning Bolt it off. One of these guys. Or he could just wait. Yep, there's a Skred on it. So he must have multiples. And now I can't play around Blood Moon. If he just has Blood Moon, he has Blood Moon. Relic of Progenitus, it's just something he has to cycle through. And unfortunately, we miss our land drop, so we'll just attack in. And do I keep it up for Blood Moon? I think he would have just slammed it if he had it. So I'm just going to put out the Foundry Street Denizen. And do I Goblin Grenade, though? No, I don't. So he draws a card. See, so Blood Moon against this hand effectively says counter 2 spells. Chandra's Phoenix. All right, that's his latest addition. He says it gets in there for quite a bit of damage. And now he's ahead, it actually might be... Plus he can keep getting it back. So not a bad trade whatsoever. I still will attack in, I think. Piledriver, Piledriver, Piledriver. Huh. Yeah, this is unfortunate. We are definitely getting stuck. I think I need to go to 21 lands at least. But this is worth it if he blocks the War Driver and takes 2. Could actually take nothing if he bolts off the Foundry. Street Denizen. And apparently I should have cast the War Driver, a Piledriver first, of course, to get in there for a little bit more. We'll go ahead and cast it. So if I lose by 1, then... Okay, he bolts it off. Okay. He might have actually bolted the Founder Street Denizen instead. That's a bolt that he can't bolt to the face. Koth. Alright, Koth is not dealing damage. The Mountain is. But I really need to draw into a card that can take down. I need to Goblin Grenade. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's rough that he has Pirate Spellbomb because in response... No. His additional cast costs Sacrifice a Goblin, so he can't actually respond to this. So we're going to grenade it. He's down to 1 card after this. And we name Goblin here. Unfortunately, we can't deal with a Blood Moon if it comes out. But I mean, Blood Moon turning Caverns of Souls into a red isn't bad at all. So we're definitely, but this Collected Company we have to worry about. I'm surprised he didn't cycle it off there. This Pirate Spellbomb. There, he cycles it now. Batterskull we can actually deal with. Wormcoil Engine, not so much. Goblin King is nice, but it definitely will be Rabble. Because Rabble's going to... It forces him to actually deal with it. See if he's got another Skred. He's got a Bolt. Okay. Wonder if he did set out Blood Moon versus me. Stormbreath Dragon. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Can we race it? We have yet to see. I can actually just Goblin Grenade off something if I get it. Like a... Ew, not a Rabble Master, though. Rabble Master does give us the option to try to race him, though. And this now gives us a Goblin Grenade. But if he draws another land, am I just dead here? 4, and then that does 4 damage to me. Yeah, I'm dead. If he just monstrosities the Stormbreath Dragon. Volcanic Fallout, which gives him back the Phoenix. And now I'm going to be taking 6. So, I have to figure out some way to deal with it again. Legion Loyalists will work. But I'm 1 Lightning Bolt away from dying now. And I have to still try to do 12 damage within the time that he does a few attacks with the Phoenix. And there's the Bolt. So, yeah, Phoenix was really good. Again, I don't think it targets command. I will bring back in the Goblin Guides against this one. I think they'll get in there on the play. They do a lot more damage than on the draw. Collected Company still. Lands are... I need to go up and count. I'm going to actually take out a Collected Company or 2. Just maybe 1 Collected Company. Goblin Kings are really good. Rabble Masters are really good in this one. Piledrivers are fine. War Drivers. Destructive Reveille. I still think I need them in here. Founder Street Denizen might be the weak link. I'm going to take out the Denizens. For the guides, I think the guides are a little bit more powerful as they have haste, and we'll submit this. Yes, we'd like to play first. Very keepable hand. We have the Destructive Reveille, which is very good versus him. We have a Copperline Gorge, which can come out next turn. I think we actually might just go get our regular. Forest, but then we can't cast the Goblin Piledriver, but anything we draw after that, we'll be able to cast it. Because we'll be filtering out the forest. So no first turn, but the Piledrivers will be rough for him to deal with. Pyrite Spellbomb. I'm going to go get my one of forest just in case. Now his Blood Moons are obsolete. I could actually Destructive Reveille this, which I probably will. Oh, we have to worry about him. You know what? I think we still use it, though. And then pass the turn. Oh, no! So there's the card we have to worry about. Now we'll go get a red source. And thing is that the goblins is a lot different than mono red. I can push through a lot of damage, and maybe saving a Goblin Piledriver or a Goblin Piledriver will, in the long run, do more damage than the Dragon Claw. So let's go ahead and cast a Piledriver, yeah. But he's got so many fallouts and other ways to deal with it. Collected Company's going to be nice, though. It's going to get us back in this game after a board wipe. Goblin King, we will put it out. Does he have and if he has a Volcanic Fall, he has a Volcanic Fallout. Yeah, okay. It actually kills the Piledriver as well. But we got to get those out of his hand. He has a finite amount of them. And so this turn, hopefully we do draw. I think the War Marshal's actually fine. And I might end up paying the Echo for it. Yeah, we're going to pay the Echo. Hey! Makes me look like I'm a genius here. And then tack in. He's down to an 18. And this is definitely where we use a War Driver. He's close to that Stormbreath Dragon again. And now he's going to Volcanic Fall, but at least it gives us a War Marshal back. So, got Collected Company. And a turn to do something. There's Koth. I wonder if he just starts slamming in. He does. Now here we have to tack into Koth. Legion Loyalist is kind of cool, but we'll save the Collected Company. Wait, we can give haste to it and actually do 2 damage to it. Jeez, this is weird. And then he can't use his -2 to pump out something else if he's going to go that route. I think this is actually better to go Loyalist. Might as well Piledriver now too. I spent the mana. There's 2 volcanic fallouts out of the way, so... At least we get Koth down to a 2. And we can block this dude. This mountain. See, if we don't block the mountain, we're in jeopardy of a Stormbreath Dragon again. But with Collected Company, I can really do some serious damage if I hit like a Chieftain. Four mana. Chandra? Possibly? Another Koth. Just so we can make another mountain. And that forces me to block. Fair enough, that's fair. There's a Chieftain, though, so now we can kill off Koth. Yeah, that was a perfect top deck. As that does exactly enough. Might need to keep a Loyalist back just for another Koth. That is sad that we have to do this. So 2 Koths out of the way, we can block a Koth. He actually casts another Koth. Mind Stone, that's not going to do it. Now Collected Company is very brutal. Unless he has another Volcanic Fallout. I don't know how many he runs, but that'll be very unlucky if we run into, what, 3 Volcanic Fallouts out of 15 cards? He still has a lot of Lightning Bolts. You'd think he'd just go, right, Skred. Okay, that hurts big time. Yeah, Skred's good. Here, I think we just attack in right now. Just in case, then if he casts a Koth and thinks he has the win, we'll be fine. Uh-oh, not Stormbreath? No! That's game. What could we have done here with a Collected Company? Dead to the Stormbreath both time. And could have found a Chieftain and a Piledriver, which does nothing. But yeah, I think without the Stormbreath, I think we start to come back out of this game. He takes a bunch. We can actually kill him in a few turns. And that's that. Anyway, this has been Ken with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.